Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Here we talk about everything related to getting hired in the fire service. So today's video is about the 5 things, the 5 reasons that I see stopping most people from getting hired. And these are reasons that people come to me and they say, hey Joe, like I can't get over this hurdle or that hurdle or this one. And also these are things that I've also gone through when I was in the process of getting hired as a firefighter. And man, if I had somebody come to me and simply tell me, here's how you pass this, here's how you pass this, here's how you do this, and this is why you're messing up. If I'm being completely honest, it almost makes me a little, emotional to think of how many years I would have cut off my journey and how much money I would have saved in the process. When I was going through the process, to be honest, I've done the math before. I think it was something between $35,000 to $40,000 to get hired in the fire service. And it took me from 2017 to 2021 to get hired at a volunteer department over in BC, and then another 6 months from there to get hired over in Ottawa, and then another year from there to get hired in 2023 over in Vaughan. So if I knew some of these things that we're gonna go over in this video, it would definitely help me cut off that time and save a ton of money in the process. And that's what this channel is all about, to get you there and get you out of this period of your life where you're trying to get hired as a firefighter. For me, it went on for far too long. And I know for many people that reach out to me through my Instagram DMs, they're in the same process. So they're telling me, Joe, like I'm literally at the point where I'm going to quit. I don't know how to continue. What do I do here to get over this hurdle? Because I think if I get over this, I can just get hired. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, they're probably right. If they get over just one of these hurdles, they'll make everything click and they'll get the job offer, and then they never quit because they get the job and they got their goal, they got their dream. So let me break these all down for you. And if you relate to any one of these, I would absolutely love to hear about it in the comments. So real quick, if you end up liking this video, hit the like and subscribe button. It's really good for my channel. It helps to send this video out to more people. More people can hear about this. More people can learn. More people can get out of their pain processes and become firefighters to serve their communities as well. Thank you guys. So reason number 1 is people don't get an interview to begin with, and they just quit. Now, I remember there was a period when I was going through it where I think it was 2017, 2018, 19 and 2020, I didn't have any interviews coming my way. So literally years in the process. And part of me was okay with this. And I didn't like that I was okay with this when I look back at it in retrospect, because people set up the expectation that, you know what, it takes forever to get hired. So if you don't get an interview this year or next year or the year after, it's all good. Don't worry about it. And you set the limits in your brain saying, okay, well, I'm not supposed to get an interview this year or next year. So if I don't, who cares? Big deal. But if someone were to have come to me and they said to me, hey, listen, it's very likely that you could get an interview in 1 year from now, 2 years from now, less, 6 months from now. And the only deciding factor of if that's going to happen or not is going to be you. It's not this external world. It's not because it happens for this person or that person. It's going to happen to the people that make it happen. Then that would have changed everything for me, because I was already set in the mindset of you're going to have to wait. This is going to take forever. So when it took forever, I said, big deal. It's supposed to take forever. Fuck that. It's not supposed to take forever, and you control how long it takes. So in order to fix this problem, what you're gonna wanna do is a big thing that happened with me. I gave my resume to a friend, and I said to him, because he just got hired with Toronto Fire fairly quickly out of pre-service. I went to pre-service with him. He said, Joe, can I see your resume? And essentially I gave it to him. He said, Joe, this is not gonna cut it. You have to get it professionally done. So boom, I didn't even know that to begin with. And I paid someone $200, boom, got it professionally done, looked amazing, had all the keywords, so when they put it through a scanner, boom, it gets picked up, like, or at least gets pushed forward to the next stage. Well, fix that hole if you haven't. Fix your resume, get it professionally done. You invest in it one time and boom, it's just, it works like magic. In addition to fixing that part of the funnel, I guess you can say, is you're gonna want to also fix what's on there. So better volunteer experience, get long-term volunteer, better courses, which I'm gonna talk about in a second. In addition to this, the real big moving piece that's gonna get you interviews along with the resume is going to be your work experience. For the longest time, I didn't have the correct work experience. I had customer service work experience. I had kind of EMS work experience, which was kind of medical related to fire, obviously, but not real fire experience. And I got one pity interview in that time. When I switched my work experience to fire related. I went to BC to become a work experience program firefighter. I got interviews coming left, right, and center. People moving me to the different processes more than I could even, take hold of with my emails, right? It was happening over and over and over. I was shooting emails to places just to take interviews to prepare me for the eventual job that I would want to get back in Ontario. So I was pretty much taking multiple ups at bat to hit the ball just to practice my swing. So when it comes down to this, stop hoping, stop thinking that it's going to take years and years. Get in the mindset that this can happen in 6 months to 1 year if you do the correct things. Stop hoping, start working. Second reason that people quit on their journey is because of failed physical testing. Now in Ontario, we have something called OFAI, and in OFAI, there's 3 different stages. But what I'll talk about is the second stage, which is the treadmill test, and the third stage, which is the skills, and the FPATs as well. Yes. So with the treadmill test, I think I failed that definitely the first time. I failed that, and because I just thought I can just go for the test, and you know what? Walk on the treadmill. Everyone says, oh, it's so easy, so easy. Okay, well, for me, I'm 5'7", 5'8". It's not that easy for me. So what I had to do in order to not fail that, I had to go online on Amazon, buy a weighted vest, and work on the treadmill every single day at LA Fitness, or not every single day, a few times a week at LA Fitness, to gradually work my way up to where I was holding 50 pounds on the vest, and also I can outlast the 5 minute the 5 minute period where we start to go on an elevation to get to 10, the 8 minute period when you're at 10, and then the come down of the 5 minutes that it was. This was hard for me to do, very hard, and I had to prepare for this. And I could have easily quit after I failed the first time, but I said, fuck that. Fuck that. Why quit at something that I'm trying so hard to do? But I know tons of people that have seen that and they have quit. Then when you go to stage 3, there's going to be the skills testing. You should be practicing your skills every single day in preparation for these tests, tying the ropes, climbing the ladder, doing any sort of any sort of coupling with the hose. And if you don't have the actual equipment, I didn't have hose at my house or a hydrant or anything like couplings or whatever, but I envisioned it in my head. I wrote it down on paper, and every day I said to myself, okay, it's gonna be this many feet to walk to this next hose section, this many feet to here. I'm gonna go down here on my knee, I'm gonna tie it, I'm gonna get up exactly like this, I'm gonna turn in this direction, move here, move here. Visualize it every single day for the things that I couldn't actually get my hands on, because yes, it's gonna be quite tough to simulate ventilating a roof at your house when you don't have, all the equipment to do it. But going through the motions, not giving up. I failed stage 3 skills test 3 or 4 times before I actually ended up passing that. One of them that I was very thankful that I passed the first go and I never failed it was the FPAT. And the only reason that I passed this on the first go around is because I saw the failure of my treadmill test, and I went online, I went on Amazon, I bought a battle rope, I bought some weights, and I went to the park that was in front of my house, and I would exercise, I think it was like maybe twice a week, to simulate that test before I would ever go for that FPAT test. And thankfully, I never failed that test, but it was, even with all of the preparation, hard. So point being here is, I know tons of people will come up to these tests, they're shorter than I am, they are not as strong as I am, and instead of going to the gym, getting better, setting a plan, getting the nutrition on point, that's something I had to get. Like, I was way overweight, bro. Like, I was like 200 pounds at 5'7", and it wasn't all muscle. I had to get down to like, I don't know, it was like 150, where there was muscle mass, where there was an actual like proper healthy physique for somebody who's trying to pass firefighting tests, and move forward from there in order to pass these tests. So the resiliency that you have to have mentally is a huge reason why people quit, because they don't have it. If you are resilient mentally for the physical tests, I promise you everybody passes. Set a plan in terms of your body, the gym, nutrition, what you're gonna do. Go on Amazon if you gotta buy some equipment, bro. Go on Amazon, buy a weighted vest, buy a battle rope, go buy some weights, do what you gotta do. You have to invest in your future here when it comes to firefighting. That brings me to my next point here, investing. And people will quit because they do not anticipate the investment that they're going to have to make in order to achieve this dream. Now, I say when it comes to anything in life and when it comes to God's plan for you in life, usually whatever you have set out, whatever goal you have, whatever dream you have, whatever God has planned for you, it's usually going to take more time than you thought it was going to take. It's going to cost you more money than you thought it was going to take. And when you get there, things are going to look much, much different than what you thought they were or what they currently look like right now. So when people say, you know what, you can't buy back time. Like, time is the most valuable commodity in life. I agree that time is the most valuable commodity, but I think it's kind of bullshit when they say you can't buy back time. And the reason for that is because you can partner up with mentors who have done these things before, who will help you get the job done today or quicker than what you would do by yourself. That's part of investing in this goal. Investing in knowing that it's going to cost money to take courses. It's going to cost money to get your resume done professionally. It's going to cost money to potentially go for better work experience. If you have to relocate from this area to this area just to be a part of a volunteer program, you have to pay rent, you have to pay for food, you have to move out of your parents' house at a certain point. It's going to cost money to go for coaching for someone who's a mentor who knows how to interview properly, to teach you how to get over that hurdle in this process properly. And people like to say, you know what, I can do it by myself. I don't gotta go. It's gonna cost me money for this or for that. And the people that tend to invest their finances, their time into the correct areas are the ones who get there faster. And that's not just with firefighting, man. If you want to get into better shape, yeah, if you invest your time to go and get a personal trainer, if you invest your money and time for better foods to eat, if you go and invest your time to go on your phone and on the internet to search up better YouTube channels, how do I eat properly? How do I go to the gym? How do I get in a caloric deficit? How do I get in a surplus? How do I live properly? This, that, whatever. You're going to be getting there faster. So if you would become a firefighter, a rookie firefighter in 5 years from now, so let's say you get hired in 2030, you now partner up with a mentor who can teach you how to get there in 1 year. Okay, so you would now be a rookie firefighter in 1 year. So you fast forward that process literally 5 years. Or at that point, it'd be 4 years. So by the time, and if your department, I believe Ottawa had, you start off at 4th class and 3rd class as the years go by, 2nd class, then 1st class. By the time you are now in 2030, when you would have been a rookie firefighter, had you done it your own way without any mentors, you are now a 1st class firefighter making a 1st class wage. That's crazy to me. You're living that 1st class firefighter life. You're on the back of the truck. You've been there. Your skills are much higher. You're already established. People are looking to you as a mentor within their fire department to help them help the rookie come up now because you invested today in your dream, in your goal. And you didn't say, well, you know what? It's that interview coaching is going to cost $500. That course is going to cost another $300. Oh, this is a resume, $250. Oh, man. Bro, you know what? I'm just going to do it myself. Like, then you get stuck. And those people, by the way, eventually go for the coaching, go for the interview prep, go for the resume, go for the extra courses. They relocate. And you know how I know that? Because I was that guy. Because if you're that person that you're not going to quit and you're going to keep going, keep pushing, eventually, when you don't get any traction, if you say, I'm not going to quit, you're eventually going to flip that switch and say, okay, give me the coach, give me the resume, give me et cetera, et cetera. And you're going to eventually invest in it then. So what I'm saying here is understand from the beginning, from the jump, that if you're going to do that then, fuck it, do it now. Do it right now. So by that time, when you would have flipped the switch, you would have been hired already for 5 years. You can buy back time if you know how to buy back time properly. And it's more than likely that you can do it. And it's more than accessible in this day and age with the internet, with Instagram, with YouTube, with all these different resources. We're living in one of the best times ever. So to say that you don't know what resources to go find, bro, that's on you. Go on your computer, search it up right now after this video, and you'll see there's so many out there. Go on my page, DM me. Look at all this free stuff that I offer to you, all the free guides that I give to you guys. DM me the word fire if you want help on your firefighter job interview. I'm here to help you guys. Reason number 4 is people are not willing to leave behind the life that they used to have to level up. When I was in the process of getting hired, 2017, 18, whatever, I was still living that party life. I was still in a relationship with somebody who was a good person, but wasn't the right person person for me. I was somebody that was wanting to drink, wanting to go, I never got into drugs, so that wasn't really me. I wanted to be the person that would be, on IG. Oh, yo, look at me flexing, look at me in the club, look at me sinning, doing all these bad things that I shouldn't have been doing and partaking in ever in my life. But you're a young individual and you see TikTok, you see Instagram, and you want to be exactly like what's on that screen. Now, if you keep throwing these negative, sinful actions into your brain over and over, guess what you're gonna do? If you keep hanging out with the wrong people over and over, now, I'm no way, shape, or form blaming the people that were in my life at that time. I'm blaming myself because I allowed myself to be around those people. And they say you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang out with the most. So if you're hanging out with people that are not aspiring firefighters, people that do not want to get their nutrition in order, which is huge for firefighting, do not want to get their physicality in order, that do not invest in whatever goals they're trying, if they don't even have goals, how can you expect that you are now going to be the outlier in that group, and then you're going to be the number one guy pushing them all along? You have to be, you can't have a group of friends where you are the smartest person in that group. And if you do have that, you got to find a different group, because you need to look up and aspire to be like the people that you are with. We're not the sum of the people that we hang out with the most. We are the sum of the people that we aspire to be. So if you aspire to hang out with aspiring firefighters, 3 people in your group have one guy got hired with New York Fire, one guy got hired in Toronto Fire, one guy got hired over in Ottawa. Bro, you're telling me you're not going to be the 4th man on that group? You're hanging out with killers, bro. They all know how to do it. They all know how to get hired. They are all pushing for it. They all achieve this goal. Why the hell wouldn't you? You hang out with 5 fat people that don't go to the gym, that don't eat healthy, that smoke all day. Guess what? Guess where you're going to be? It's as simple as that, bro. Sometimes you have to leave behind your old life to get to your new life. And I promise you, God is out there and God has that life set out for you already. It's literally right over there. But all you have to do to achieve that is to stay away from the enemy. And what does the enemy present you with? Shame, doubt, distractions, discouragement. Oh, bro, you're like, you know what? I want to stay healthy. I got to prepare for my physical test. But bro, yo, come out. Let's go drink tonight. Yo, I want to stay healthy. I want to stay good to my girl. I want to stay true to my girl and be faithful to my girl, because I know that's going to be my wife when I'm a firefighter one day. Yo, come over. Yo, come through. What you saying tonight? Come on. Sinful, the devil. Bro, and you have all these distractions coming into your life. But if you just stay disciplined within God and what He wants for you and the path and the goal of becoming a firefighter, and nothing takes you off of that path, and you let go of the sinful life that you had before, I promise you, you will get there so much faster. So stop getting in your own way. Stop getting in your own way. And I continuously see that with firefighters, or aspiring firefighters rather, that are simply blocking their own blessings because they think they know better. Stop viewing life through your own eyes and start viewing life through God's heart, and live that way. Read scripture every day. Go to church. Hang out with people that are also doing that. They don't have to even be aspiring firefighters. They could be aspiring whatever the fuck. They could be, some girl could be aspiring to start a hair salon. Some guy could be aspiring to start a coffee shop, whatever. But they're working at it and they're achieving their goals and they're working towards that future, that bright future that God has for you. Stop getting distracted. Stop getting discouraged. Stop being doubtful. That comes from the devil. That does not come from God. Last thing here, number 5, is because most people never get hired in the fire service because they are simply just focused on the wrong things when it comes to getting hired. Now, notice in all of my answers here, I did not say, you're not getting hired because you're not the correct age, you're not the correct height, you don't know the correct people, have all the correct connections in the fire service. I'm 5'7", 5'8" in boots, maybe. I literally know nobody in the fire service, like no one in there before. People would say you have to know an uncle, a dad. I'm like, bro, my dad's an engineer. My mom ran her own business for like 30 years. My aunt and uncle, there's no one, my uncle's an artist. Like literally no one is in the fire service, nobody. And also when I was going to get hired, I was in my early to mid 20s. That's when I was trying to start this thing going. I hear tons of people reach out, bro, I'm in my early 20s. I can't get hired. I had people in both my classes who were in their early 20s who got hired. I've seen people get hired who are very young. So to say you can't do it because of these reasons that old firefighters will tell you that were maybe relevant in the past. I don't know. I wasn't trying to get hired in the 90s, so maybe they were relevant. They're not relevant now. Stop focusing on things that you cannot change. Focus on the things that you can change. work on your resume, get better work experience, and prepare for interviews. If you can nail down those three things, those three areas, and focus on those areas, you will get hired. I'll say it again. Resume, get that done. Get better work experience. Interview preparation. Do those three things and you will get hired. I'm telling you the sauce. I'm telling you everything. And people that are telling you that, no, that's not true. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do this. Either they went through it and they went through that long path and they somehow, in some grace of God, got hired. So now they're telling you that that's the only way to fucking do it. Or they're just trying to be gatekeepers, straight up. They're trying to be gatekeepers that want to keep you out of this and make it seem like it's so hard to get hired. It's not that hard if you just do the correct things. When you want to get healthy, what do? Caloric deficit, A. B, go to the gym. People can try to make it all complicated. You have to eat this type of carbohydrate. You have to do this type of list training over HIIT training. You have to like only lift heavy on these days and that days, 3 days a week, 8 days a week. Make it all complicated if you want, or you can do the basics. Caloric deficit, go to the gym. Here, do your resume, work experience, and then make your interviews amazing, and you will get hired. So those are the 5 things that I see stopping most people from getting hired in the fire service, and they're consistent over and over. There are roadblocks that I went through, other people reach out to me with all the time. And if you're going through it, please do not feel alone, because those are very common, and understand that it's normal. Everyone gets past them once they just realize that these are things that we can all overcome if we just keep going, set plans, get better every single day. If you need help with your interviews and you want to improve, if you're at that phase where you've done all the things I'm talking about, you're getting interviews and you say, you know what? Or even if you're at the phase where you're saying, okay, Joe, I know I'm going to get hired as a firefighter and nothing is going to stop me, so I want to prepare myself for when that interview comes. I love that, because that's what I would do when I was in the process. I went to an interview coach when I didn't even have another interview coming up, because I knew that if I wasn't prepared, when I got that email saying, hey, you have an interview in 2 weeks, I was going to fail. It's not enough time. I'm not interviewing at, like, say, a Walmart or a Waffle House. I'm interviewing with a fire department. It takes time to create an interview and to map it all out and to learn that interview and prep that interview and rehearse that interview every single day. Probably, I'd say it takes minimum of 3 months to actually get down. So if you need help constructing that interview, knowing what to say, getting over those nerves, and actually landing a job offer this time, go into my Instagram and DM me the word fire, and I'll see if I can help you in your situation. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, hit the like and subscribe button. It helps my channel more than you know, and I appreciate you guys watching this. I appreciate you guys being here. Let me know in the comments what you liked, what you didn't like, and what hurdle you're facing in getting hired in the fire service today. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. Take care.